Good evening, good evening, good evening. I hope y'all can hear me better now because I forgot I had that bogus AirPod in my ear. And I'll just come before you for a minute or so to this evening because I am going to turn it in. Put it down, turn it in. How is everybody? I hope everybody had a wonderful Friday. So happy it's Friday. TGIF. For real and for real. TGIF. For real. Um, hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello. Can y'all please hit the like button on y'all way in, please? Thank you all for joining. Thank you. Thank y'all. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. I am your girl T with the Diva. Thank you, Tucker. I think I'm gonna get a polish change tomorrow. They just stand out a little too much for right now. But I just came before you just for a quick minute, and I wanted to know if everybody was aware, if you hadn't heard the story. I am speaking about a young mother here in the city of Detroit who was sleeping in her car, her and her children. I think she had like 5 children, and they were all sleeping in her car. And 2 of the children were unalived because it was said that it was really cold this evening. These few nights it was like below zero. Please hit the like button, y'all. Thank you. And it was like below zero, and 2 of the children were unalived. And she, got on TV. She was crying. She was telling a story about how, she was taking one child to the hospital, and then somebody called her and told her that the other child had stopped breathing. Hello, Jessica. Somebody had called her and told her, thank you, Jessica. Somebody had called her and said that the other child had stopped breathing. I think it was like her oldest child and her youngest child, or one of the younger, because I think the other child that you said you can't have braids. I see people do it all the time, Jessica. Just try it out, see how it go. But so the other baby, I think the other baby was like 2. I think the oldest one might have been about 10. And they both, are no longer with us here. And she, cried, and everybody felt a lot of sympathy for her. And she was on TV, a couple days in a row, and it was said that she was trying to sleep in the casino parking structure. And thank you, Jessica, I appreciate it. It says they were trying to sleep in the parking structure of the casino, and they ended up, somebody gave her a house because she was homeless. That's why, hence the reason that they were sleeping in the in the car. So someone gave them a house, and they were on the news, and they were celebrating the house. And she was saying thank you, and she was crying about the house and all kinds of things going on. Her mother, was involved, and she was crying because they this company just donated a place for her. And here come the news that her and her mother are now being questioned about these two children not being here anymore, expiring. So the story goes that they did not freeze to death. And I heard that they didn't actually freeze to death. I did hear that I didn't hear what the issue was, but I did hear that the hypothermia was not the issue, was not the problem that they were having when they stopped breathing. So, hey, Queen Real Sugar. Thank you. My son has beautiful pieces like yours. Yeah, they cost a pretty. They way more expensive now, Queen Sugar. Ooh, they so high. It's ridiculous. They making a killing. I said I need to learn how to draw something and put some ink on somebody, because they making a killing on it too. Thank you for joining, Queen Sugar. But I'm talking about this young lady who lives here in my town in Detroit, who 2 of her 5 children were expired because she was homeless, and they were sleeping in their car inside of it was in a garage. Yeah, it was in a garage at a casino. They were sleeping in the car, and the rumor was that the kids had froze to death. So they woke up, they were of course sleeping in the car. The car had run out of gas, so they couldn't turn the car on. She rushed the one kid to the hospital, and when she got back from the hospital, or while she was at the hospital, someone was calling her and telling her that the other child had stopped breathing. They ended up both expiring. She was on the news. She's crying. Her mom is on the news. They're both speaking about how unfortunate it was, and how cold it was. And these nights we had like record breaking low temperatures, like in the negative teens or something. So they were sleeping in the car during a cold, really cold evening like this, and they ended up she was on the news. They ended up having the services for the children. I think they ended up doing a GoFundMe or something. They had the services. Hey, Nisha, thank you for joining. They ended up having the services, and then here lately in the last couple of days, before then, they ended up giving her, somebody gifted her, a company gifted her a home. So they gave her a home, so she's no longer homeless. They gave her a place to live for her and the remaining children in her family. And they had that on the news. She celebrated. They were all smiles. Everything is beautiful. They were going to help them get furniture and furnish the home and all of this and stuff. And yeah, they gave her a house. And here lately, in the last 2 or 3 days, some new information has arose, and it said that now the mother of the children that are expired and the grandmother are being questioned because there is some foul play with their expiring. So now it said that they did not pass from hypothermia. They passed from carbon monoxide poisoning. Well, if it was carbon monoxide poisoning, that means that someone was in a closed-in space with the car running, and they would have known that the car was running. So these are just brand new alerts that have just come up. They are newly accused and newly being questioned for these children no longer being here. And I just really hope that these women did not have anything to do with these children not being here anymore. Now, I have a friend, a close friend, who knows somebody that knows somebody. You know, it's only 2 degrees of separation from everybody in the city, really everybody in the world now. It gets smaller and smaller and smaller. So my friend was telling me that before this information, this new information came up, before any of this, she was saying that the person that she knows that is close to them was telling her that didn't happen to those kids. Something else happened with those kids, and was, giving her information on the type of person that the lady was, and was talking about how messy she could be and all these things. So I'm just looking at her like, I just hope that this stuff isn't true. I'm just hoping that these things that, she's hearing allegedly are not true about this lady, because I'm in my thought process, she done lost 2 of her kids. She was homeless. Times is hard. They had to sleep in the car. There was nowhere else for her to go. She couldn't, it's hard to try to find somewhere to stay when you got 5 kids. Yes, it is heartbreaking, Queen Sugar. It's hard to find somewhere to go when you are a mother of 5 children, because you're not just looking for a place for you to stay. You're looking for a place for you and 5 kids to stay. Like, that's difficult for you to ask of somebody. Like, I'm not going to I'm not even going to try to call anybody and say, like, do you have a place for me and my 5 kids to come? It's once you have 5 kids, it's kind of like either you got to keep a place until they grown, or you kind of just got to, get it how you live. So I could see them, being homeless and not having a place to live, and, her having to go to the, sleep in the car and be in the casino, the casino parking garage. But I'm just like, now it is the fact that it is being questioned, that new evidence has come about, and they have been alerted that there is a reason and enough evidence for them to be questioned about this. Yes, I'm telling you. And I got 3 too, Queen Sugar, and I couldn't imagine. I couldn't ask nobody to house me and all 3 of my kids at the same time. So I mean, I was just always lucky because they so far apart. They was like only children. Hey, open book. Thank you for joining. So having 5 children and not having anywhere for them to go and having to ask somebody to open their home up to 6 of you, and I mean that's a lot of people. If they got one extra bed, like I mean that's a couple of y'all that could sleep in there, but 6 people, you can't put 6 people in one bed unless it's a California king. But I'm just looking at these new alleged question series of events. And I am hoping and wishing and praying now that they have given her this house, they have donated furniture and appliances. She has gone on TV, gone on the news, gone on her social media, happy and excited about, her newfound residence that she did not have, and the fact that she is down 2 other kids, she just got 3 kids left. It was something that I felt could like uplift her spirits. But the fact that now they're questioning this and they are thinking that it was carbon monoxide, which is something that the mother could have known about, may have been able to stop at a point in time. The car was not allegedly run out of gas like she said. The car allegedly, at this point, they are thinking and questioning that the car was not only did it have gas in it, it was running while being in this garage under this roof in a really cold time. And I'm assuming that the car may have been leaking carbon monoxide or some fumes was coming through or something like that that was not healthy. And those children, unfortunately, lost their lives. I've never been there. I don't know what goes through the mind of a mother who wants to do away with any or all of her children. I'm sure that has to be a serious mental mishap or something, because it couldn't be a totally sane person that thinks of something like that and could go through something like that. I am hoping that when they do this investigation with these new, I don't want to say facts, I want to say accusations. When they do their investigation of these newfound accusations, I'm hoping that nothing comes of it. I'm hoping that even if they did expire because of the carbon monoxide, that it didn't have anything to do with the mother or the grandmother doing anything deliberate to these children, because I am so sick and tired of hearing about women who just want to throw away the lives of children. I mean, we had the girl who let the stepdaughter get mauled by the pit bull. She let the dogs eat the girl up. She fed the girl to the dogs. And it's just, we just always hearing, we're here lately, we have been hearing stories over and over and over about mothers who are not nurturing and taking care of these children, and instead they are trying to take measures to unalive them. These innocent children. If you don't want the kids, just give them away. You can go drop them off at a church. Nobody will ask any questions. You can call CPS like that lady did and tell them, come get my kids. I don't want them, or I need a minute, or I need to breathe. I want to go out tonight. I don't know what she said when she called them, but she called them and told them to come get her kids. She couldn't take care of them, and they came and got them. So it's like they will do this. You are able, they have different resources that you can give these children up. If it becomes too hard, you don't want to deal with them, the responsibility is too great. Being a mother is not for the faint of heart. Being a mother is not, especially being a single mother, it is not for the weak. It is not for the uninterested. It is not for anybody who is irritated. It's not for anybody who got mental illness and all kind of stuff going on with their head. Because these kids need nurturing and love consistently. They need to have a mother that will care for them and won't just turn it off and turn it on. It will be there 24/7. I mean, they're children. They don't know how to go through life. They don't know where to go, what to do, how to gain these different lessons that they learn through life. They just don't know these things. And as much as we forget or we miss the ball or miss the block on teaching them a lot of things, because there's only so many hours in a day and only so many days in a year, and you only got them for so many days to instruct them and raise them and teach them and guide them, and then they're off in the world and they have to use these tools. You drop the ball along the way a couple times, but you still have to be hands-on 24/7. And you have to be up for the challenge. Even though it will get hard, you have to be up for the challenge. And especially just having kids just expire 2 at a time on your watch, that could not possibly be what you wanted to happen. I'm sure you couldn't have possibly just wanted to come back to your car to 5 kids that are not breathing anymore. And now that they've, questioned these new charges, this is going to be interesting. And I am going to wait and look out and make sure that I stay up on it so that I can know what information. You don't think it was intentional, open book? Good. I don't want to think it was intentional. I'm waiting on the police to finish this investigation. But what I thought was, open book, I said, if they didn't think it was intentional, I don't think they would have reported that. If they didn't think that, if they didn't think it was intentional, and if they didn't think that the mother and the grandmother, I think she was trying to keep them warm in the parking garage or some kind of like that. That's what I want to believe, open book. I really do. I want to go. They said she had run out of gas, but it's coming out now that she hadn't run out of gas. They're saying that she had not run out of gas now, because remember they were saying that she had passed, that they had Hey, baby. Sometimes you leave the heat on. Yeah. Yes, baby. Carbon monoxide. My daughter is in here, y'all. My baby said, yeah, sometimes if you leave the heat on, the carbon monoxide comes through. But remember, at first they were saying that they froze to death. They died of hypothermia. They expired because of hypothermia. So that was the story in the beginning, and that was when open book. That was when they were saying um, that she ran out of gas, and that's why they were freezing like that. Because Queen Sugar said, "Hey, Junior Diva." That's why they were saying that they froze, and that's how they expired, because they're saying that the car did not have gas and she could not run the car. She couldn't, she couldn't keep the car running because it was cold. Open book says she may have thought they were asleep in the back, and if the car was running, they got carbon monoxide. The cold could have been because they had passed away. Yeah, I hear you. I do. And I do. I hope open book. I really hope that if there was no gas, how carbon monoxide get in the car. That's what I was saying. If there was nothing running through the car. If Because that was the story. That was the story that we got first. Remember, it was that they were in the car, ran out of gas, could not run anything in the car, the heat, the engine, the anything, and the kids just froze. So now it's coming out that they didn't freeze, and it was due to carbon monoxide poisoning. And that, and I do realize that everybody doesn't perish when there's carbon monoxide in the air. Some people are able to, catch it quick enough to maybe roll down a window or something. But they that's what the investigation is launched for. Because this, whatever is going on with her and her mother being questioned, they're being questioned because they want to know what happened when they froze to death, or what happened when they didn't freeze to death. Hey, Penelope. Penelope said, no, she was in the casino while them babies was unaliving. Yes, they had previous CPS cases, open book. They did have previous CPS cases. So I'm hearing that, CPS ain't really worth a whole lot of anything anyway. I don't know. We laying in the bed rubbing our feet together. Mia, shut up. Shut up. We didn't have 5 kids, and they sound, if you knew, they sound cool. What you saying, Benjamin Brown? But yeah, so I'm just saying, like, when they get done with this investigation, thanks, baby. When they get done with this investigation, okay, is it gonna be they expired because of the freezing temperatures and having to sleep in the car? Because CPS did this investigation and they closed it. They said they closed it. Did they say that she had given them an address? They had gone to visit the address. One of the children was with their dad, so she only had 4. And when CPS came, when she had the CPS case, so she had 4 kids when CPS came, and I think that she gave them an address and they went to visit and everything checked out. So CPS ended the car. It wasn't the car, Mia. It wasn't the car. Crazy. The car did not have an address. She gave them an address. It was a real live for real address. Crazy girl. Of a real house that somebody lived in. I guess that's when they was still living with somebody. And she gave them that address because CPS had closed their case, and they said that everything had checked out. They didn't take any of the kids from her or anything. Everything that she told them, they believed. They checked out. They interviewed who they could, and that was it. People don't think I'm crazy, but how do people intentionally poison someone with carbon monoxide unless they just leave the car running in the garage or something? That is how they would intentionally, and it would, children's lungs are much smaller than ours. So if we're trying to unalive somebody with carbon monoxide and unalive ourselves and we're all asleep, they're going to go before we go. When they go to sleep, then they stop breathing, they breathing get labored. It's going to go, their breathing is going to get labored before ours. So, and again, I'm not accusing this young lady of any of this. I'm not saying anything that she did anything or intentionally tried to do anything or anything. I wonder if she left the car when it of an open book. That's what they were saying. They were saying that her and her mom were taking turns going in a casino, and that for one short period of time, they both were in there at the same time. I don't know how true that was, but they were saying that they were taking turns going back and forth in the casino. Cause I was thinking like, why was they at the casino? It's so many other places where you can go, and I mean, we got hospitals and all kind of places. They got the rooftop garages and stuff like that they could have gone to. But I was just like, why the casino? Auburn book. Wow, there it is then. Yeah. They said that her and her mom was taking turns going in and out of the casino, and they said that allegedly for a short period of time they were both in the casino at the same time. I don't know if the mom was in there and then the daughter had to go use the bathroom. And yeah, well, no, they didn't confirm it, Mia. If you don't have a place to stay, okay. Exactly, right, Queen Sugar. That's what I was saying. Like, how the world is you going to the casino and you playing? But gamblers go to the casino for the environment. They don't have to have money to go. They'll go to the casino for the environment. And if they're regulars, they have people who will give them chips and help them play with different things. When you a regular at the casino, it's a mess. When you a regular, it's a mess. But yeah, so I'm just like, open book. I'm with you. Amir said they trying to win the kids a house. Girl, go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. But open book, I'm with you. I want to believe that these children, this mother, did not do anything intentional. The mother or the grandmother. I'm hoping they both did nothing intentional to hurt these children, because that would be horrible, especially now that they've garnered all of this sympathy and they done got this what's the I was about to say JPay, not the JPay, the what's the money thing? This is the brain fart right here. The oh God, help me out, y'all. When they give away the money, Um, I'm stuck. When they raised the money for the kids, they had to raise the money for GoFundMe. Thank you, Queen Sugar. Thank you so much. I was stuck right there. I couldn't say nothing. GoFundMe. When they she garnered all the sympathy. She opened the GoFundMe. She I know me. I was saying J because my cousin been calling me from prison trying to get me to put some on JPay. So I had JPay on the brain. I gotta send him some money though. But anyway, she got this house. They done got these people to help furnish this house. Like Amia said, you can tell we got family in the pen. Right, because other people don't even know what JPay is for real. But it's okay though. We not the only family that got somebody in the pen, baby. But I'm just like, you didn't garner all of this sympathy. I'm just tired of people getting caught up after they done had GoFundMe's and had people making money and giving money and all this, and then they caught being, it's a lie about it. It's just, I'm just tired of this just going on. I'm tired of us keep on getting all of this, what, because it looked like we just hustling. We just all want to just hustle about something. It's just, and we are not all about hustling. Like, people really need help out here. People really are struggling. Hi, Karen. Thank you for joining. Like, people really need people right now. The world is going to hell in a handbasket. And we just watching these little fires burn one at a time. And I'm just so sick of having to find out that somebody is being less than truthful. We just the only ones get caught. And the ones that need, exactly right. The ones that really need the help, they won't even help because of all it is. Because of all these people who got houses and furniture and money and all kind of gifts and people was on the news asking her cash app, and they was just putting money in her cash app and all kind of stuff. And then I'm like, now the mama and the daughter are being questioned in the unaliving of the kids. I am definitely with Open Book when she says that I really hope that this young lady did not do anything. I want to continue to rally around her and just love on her because she's lost two of her children. I do not want to turn around because, of course, you know how they're going to treat her once they realize that she not telling the truth. How old was she? Nia, that's a good question. I don't know. I don't even know if I heard her age. I know the baby daddy. Did you see the interview with the baby daddy? He was like, she asked me if she could bring the kids over, but she didn't tell me why. I'm like, boy, we know we can nig. We can nig when we want to nig, boy. I'm like, why do it need? If she asked you to get your kids, get your kids. If you able to get your kids, Amir said he ain't never seen them kids. He did. He recognized them. He knew him. He said he was them kids. He was them kids' pappy. But he said that when she asked him to keep them, she asked him if she could drop them off. He picked the kids up and put them down, then come back and pick the kids up next week. When she asked him, can she drop the kids off? He said, why? And she just hung up. He said she wouldn't tell him why she needed him to get the kids. I said, my God. My God today. So now she got to run down to you everything that she got going on from here to the end of Wednesday in order for you to approve the reason that you got to keep your kids. So if she said, I want to lay up in the casino for a couple days and I don't want to have to worry about no kids, I guess he would have said that ain't good enough. Because she would have had to come with a good enough reason that he would have had to hunker down and get his kids. Because if he would have got his kids, he knew that he wouldn't have been able to go nowhere. And he was in the gym that day when they called him. He was like, I had stuff to do. I ain't got time to be. She calling me like I be getting them kids. I'm like, girl, who you usually call? You don't usually call me. Call who you usually call to get them kids. Cause it ain't me. And he just said, I said, he really admitted that on TV. He really sat on the news and said, yeah, she called me and asked me to get the kids, but she wouldn't tell me why. And you wanted to admit that. Mm. And that sounded okay. But if she wanted to, yeah, oh, definitely. Oh, definitely. Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, Queen Sugar. You were so right. Yep. Yeah. It seemed, and that's what he seemed like. And they shutting down the Department of Education, baby. Yep, they sure are. So these poor babies really ain't no hope for the youth, but the truth is it ain't no hope for the future. So we just gonna put our hands together and lift this young lady up in prayer. And we are going to hope that the next thing we hear about her and these children is that they are going to tell us that everything panned out and the way that she said that it happened, whatever the case is, if it was carbon monoxide, if it was hypothermia, whatever it was, that it all checked out and there are no criminals in this situation. We don't have to worry about anybody doing any time or catching any cases or anything for this because there was nobody to catch any cases. This is totally innocent. These children expired in a totally innocent manner. There was no way that anybody could have done anything to save or help them. They stopped breathing. There was nothing anybody can do. And we gonna go on with that. Cause if it's anything except that, it's gonna get ugly. It's gonna get ugly. That's all I'm saying. I know that it's just not gonna be a good thing. They gonna hang that girl from the cross and they are going to read her the riot act, unfortunately. So you know how they don't let up on us. When we do stuff and we wasn't all the way truthful about everything, when we then use the resources and the polices and the ambulances and the fire trucks and all, and we didn't use them and we didn't have to, and it didn't been something against. Now they can do it. And they'll be all right. And it'll just be, oh, well, you made a mistake. It's all right. But when we do it, it ain't nothing nice. And I already know what's on the other side of this. That lady is going to have a horrible future if this pans out to be something that it wasn't. So we're just gonna keep our eyes and ears open, guys, and we're gonna hope that everything works out. I can imagine whether she planned or didn't plan or anything, losing two children, I wouldn't even be able to articulate anything. So the fact that she's here and coherent, she's done way better than I would have. So that has to be punishment enough. There couldn't possibly be a punishment greater than that one. So I'm gonna keep on. I'm gonna follow it, guys. I will come back to you when I hear an update in regards to this. Um, I will see y'all tomorrow. I hope so because I'm gonna get my grandbabies tomorrow, and if they not gonna stay tonight, I will be here. If they do stay tonight, I cannot. I cannot do a live while I got them at all. It will really be a live. It'll be a live, all right. So if I don't come tomorrow, it's because them kids just stayed over. Thank you, Open Book. Thank y'all for joining. I appreciate everybody for joining. Continue to like, comment, subscribe, and share, y'all. Thank y'all so much, Sweet Squad. Thank you for coming in, Mimi. Love you, baby. I will holler at y'all later. T with the Diva. And I'm out.